folks, welcome to Hellcat Spinning Arcade. Right now I am still kind of setting things up. And I am replying to Camel right now. I am going to be going to the talking stick. Alright, I think we're still somewhat alive. Hey, Mr. Yes. This is Final Fantasy VI, or for those in the Super Nintendo age at the time, it was Final Fantasy III. Hey Tyler, how's it going? Our guys are pretty boss right now, so it's going to take a lot to kill them off. Well, no, I can't say that, because they're still wearing cursed shields. A couple of them are. So at the very least, there's a risk of death. Yeah, probably not a bad idea. Most of the stuff in my inventory I could probably sell off. Striker's a good one for Shadow if and when we ever get him in. Tiger Claw's the best he can get. And I will admit that my alright. Thanks, Colin. Yeah, my title is based on a Less Than Jake song. It does actually have a point. I believe that after the events of the last game, if I remember correctly, that I think the espers that were let loose attacked the Empire and kind of broke some shit. So, now they kind of want to talk peace. Some shit over there. It's shouldn't be yawning, but I kind of am. It's been a long week. Yep, this is the part. Hanging up their weapons and armor for good. Except for Hurricane. Let's see if I can. There's someone in the bathroom. Final Fantasy III, Austin, and how you doing? Get the fuck out of my way. Fighting me on the John, so straight. It's 24. Let's see if I remember whether I can get this right. The questions, and then don't repeat any questions. Group. Spell. Spell. Yeah, you can have drain. Osmos. Siren. in again. Hey, Terry. I am in the Discord if you want to jump in. How's it going, Terry? Well, you had it for a second.
Sorry, I couldn't hear anything for a bit. Were you saying something?
Oh, I just said hi.
Okay. For some reason, there was just silence, so I turned the volume up on my PC.
Ah.
How's it going?
Not too bad. Just, yeah. Not much of anything else going on.
I finished Wasteland 2. That game was great, but by the end I was exhausted. I was glad, I kind of, thank God it's over. Because the last fight, I did that stupid thing like 10 times because I just kept dying. But I got past it, and then I got to the end, and it's like, oh yeah, you forgot to do this thing, so everybody dies. Great.
Hey.
So then I had to reload, redo the final fight, which took another 10 tries, do the thing that they said I forgot to do, and then get the ending again. It's like, okay, now I finished it.
And now I cannot play you again until I remember why I stopped playing you in the first place.
Yeah, so look, in a few years, I'll probably think, oh yeah, Wasteland 2 is great, I'm going to play it again. Until that time, I never want to see it again.
That's just how
But
it is.
yeah, I'll be moving on to Yakuza Kiwami, which is a remake of the first Yakuza game. So they took the first one and they used the same graphic engine that they used for Yakuza 0, so to sort of like bring the series into the modern day. So
Gotcha.
I really liked Yakuza 0, so hopefully this one will also be good.
Did Frosted show you guys my my gift for quiz?
What was it?
It was a couple of cockroaches wearing flame hoods.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's,
Let me see if I can find.
that was as a response to the sad libs, I presume.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that'd be over here. The image. Since you're there. God, is it so much to just send you the picture?
It seems to be, yeah. I mean, you can do it after the stream if you don't want just sort of a static screen while you're doing this. Oh, there it goes.
There we go.
I like that.
That's from the movie Joe's Apartment.
Oh, I saw that ages and ages ago.
Yeah, it popped in my head as soon as he read the article. I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that one.
I was gonna just put clan hoods on everyone, but I'm like, well, let's just put it on these two. That way, it looks like they're trying to recruit the other cockroaches.
The leaders. Yeah. No, I do enjoy the corner. It's probably my favorite stream that I do because Frosted just finds the best bad articles. It's like he's amazing at it. It's amazing the stuff he finds, and like the ridiculous memes that come from that stream.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think I'm gonna probably need his help for that project I'm working on. Because I just tried finding some stuff on my own, and that was hard enough as it was.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be hard to fill a stream with just a couple of ideas.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty nice guy. I'm sure he'll help you out if you ask. Have you played the Yakuza games? Or any of them?
I haven't.
I do like them. They're sort of open world, but not to the point where you've got like, you know how in Ubisoft games it's like the map and then there's like 500 markers on the map and like most of them are just nothing. It's like, it's not like that. It's a lot more constrained. So you get enough room to explore, but you're not just mindlessly checking off, bulletin points. It's not like, okay, I've got to collect 500 feathers. They're all marked on the map, so I've just got to walk over. No, it's not like that. It's a relatively small, comparatively open world, and the only thing marked on it is like side quests. But you still have that sort of freedom to explore, which I like.
Well, that's good.
And there's a lot of mini games as well. They're optional, like they're just side quests and achievements, but they're there if you want them. So like there's a karaoke one in Yakuza 0. There's a dancing one.
Well, it's
there's
also like Sleeping Dogs.
Yes.
Sleeping Dogs has quite a few of those.
I liked Sleeping Dogs. I enjoyed the game.
Yeah, it was definitely it was a good one.
Yeah, I haven't played it in a long time, but
It was very.
so like I don't remember. Yeah,
was-
I don't remember like
yeah.
specific details, but I do remember like the basic gist of it. And no, I did like that game. I don't remember it well enough to compare it to Yakuza though. It's been too long, and I played too many games.
Yeah. I mean, let's not go crazy.
I look if anyone in Chatland hasn't played Yakuza or Sleeping Dogs, I say play them both. They're both good games. I'm surprisingly busy in terms of streams. Not being on them necessarily, but like Dr. Keeve is like she does a stream. She watches the corner, starts her own stream again. It's like, oh man, like everyone's streaming.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, she got drunk. And just sort of like drunk streaming, which is always entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, but it's not like I won't get more.
Yeah, with you using your eat mode to get random items, I'm sure
Yeah.
anything you sell can be replaced.
I'm like, oh, it'll come back. Like,
Yeah. So, do you get a 3-day weekend like Kyla does?
I do, actually, which is
Nice.
it is nice.
Because I know that you, yeah, I know you tend to be quite busy with work, so I wasn't sure if they had you coming in over the long weekend or not.
No,
So,
they told us pretty much around any kind of federal holiday, they will we'll get it off.
oh, that's good.
The only catch is that we have to, like for times like Memorial Day, you have to work the Friday of and the Tuesday after.
Yeah, that's usually when I worked. If I wanted to take a day off adjacent to like a long weekend, I 100% needed a doctor's note. Like, because if you take a day off in the middle of the week, they like it, but it's not required. If it's adjacent to a long holiday, then they're like, no. Too many people just pretend to be sick to get a 4-day weekend instead of a 3-day weekend. We need proof. So I was pointing out the irony that I think it was Jack forgot about Memorial Day, and it's like, you know, that is kind of ironic. Of all the holidays to forget.
Well, and what's really funny is my friend always has people come up to him and be like, dude, you know, thanks for your service, happy Memorial Day. He's like, I'm still alive, man. You are talking to me.
I mean, it's well intentioned, but yeah.
It drives him nuts.
I mean, as funny as that is, I mean, it's coming from a good place. They're not trying to upset him. They just they think it's appropriate.
It's absolutely hilarious.
Kyle says use a vacation day. I mean, you probably could ask, but again, everyone wants those days off. So, I mean, unless you get in fast, they're probably going to say, no, there's too many people already off on that day. I mean, you can do it. Like, if you've got the holiday accrued, you can definitely take those days off. It's just a lot of people are going to be fighting you for those days.
Very much so.
But I don't have any vacation days because there's nothing for me to take a vacation from. But when I did work, I got in trouble for not taking enough days off. Like, they got very cross with me. Because they had a thing where if you have 20 days, which is 4 weeks, accrued, that's too many. They start saying, you really need to take some time off. All right. I mean, you're paying me to take the time off. I'm happy to work, but if you insist, I will take time off.
Oh no, don't make me take time off.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was fine. I generally don't need, like, vacations because, like, the weekend is enough for me to decompress and get ready for the next week of work. But, I mean, if you're going to say, we insist you take a week off, it's like, all right. Like, no complaints here. But, that is in fact how I knew I was going to be made redundant. Was they're like, Terry, you've got too much leave. Take a week off. Like, yeah, all right. I come back, still too much. Take another 2 weeks. It's like, okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah, no red flags there.
So yeah, like, I knew that they were making people redundant. Like, they already announced redundancies were coming. So when they were like, yeah, take some more time off, it's like, okay, I know where this is going. I mean, I don't care. They pay me the same amount either way. It's just a matter of whether it's wages for paying my sick my holiday leave, or they pay me out at the end of the contract. I don't care. It's the same amount of money. But you know, it looks better on their books if it's taken as leave rather than paid out as compensation. So whatever. And Kyla says, ask very early, like a month ahead of time. I used to do that for Christmas. I need the extra time to visit my family because they're in Melbourne. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to get in like super early. I need to take Christmas off. Because, you know, my family's not local. So yeah, no, I did get in early for that, but anything else I didn't really care about. Because it was really annoying that like there were 3 days or something like that between Christmas and New Year. It was like, why not just take those 3 days off?
Yeah.
And like everyone had the same thought, so you know, had to make sure you got in early.
Now, if we get we typically get like if there's a like if we get like 4th of July, if it's on a Wednesday. I think they either give us the day, or no, like if it's Thursday. Oh, it's never been on a Thursday. If it's on a Thursday, they'll give us Thursday and Friday off.
Okay. And I never had bosses that considerate. It was very much, you'll take exactly as much time off as the government says we have to let you. Anything more than that, we take out of your annual leave. I mean, when I worked for my cousin, he didn't even let me take time off to go to the doctor. It was like, no, you get a lunch break. What do you think it's for? I'm like, all right.
Yes, I get to talk to the dog.
Yeah. I was playing the 30th anniversary Street Fighter thing. It's like got every single version of Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Alpha, and Street Fighter 3. And like, I played Street Fighter 3 and like, I don't know why this game is as loved as it is, because fuck this game. But then I was playing arcade mode, and what was pissing me off was the final boss. So the people who played against other people like didn't have to deal with that and probably loved the game, but fuck this boss. He's got the special ability, if he dies and he's got a full meter of super, he just gets all his energy back. You have to either just sacrifice one round because you're probably going to lose, or you need to be so good at fighting the cheating AI that you can deplete 2 life bars in 99 seconds before he depletes one of yours. Worst Street Fighter boss in the game. Even worse than Seth, and I hated Seth.
Seth was a pain in the dick.
Yeah, no, I strongly disliked Seth, but I hated Gil even more because of that bullshit resurrection.
Well, and it was really funny because I was playing Street Fighter 5 with a friend of mine, and he's like, I cannot beat this motherfucker. And I go, I have an idea. And so we turned the timer down to 30 seconds. And I'm like, alright, just let loose.
Yeah.
Don't let up.
That's actually a common trick. You not only do 30-second timer, you set the number of rounds to 1 instead of 3.
Yeah.
Because then you only need to flick it once.
You just find out what keeps him at a distance and then just spam it.
Yeah. If you're trying to win with a specific character, it's not good. If you just want to win, use Zangief. The lariat thing works on every character, including Seth, even on the hardest difficulty setting.
Yeah.
So, if all you want is, I beat the game, use Zangief, and you can lariat your way to victory.
And then even with the lariat, if you just keep spinning your direction stick, he'll actually do the one where he chases after the guy and then grabs on.
No, all you had to do was hit 2 punch buttons at the same time to do the spinning lariat.
Yeah.
And you could move left and right while he was spinning. So you even had a little bit of.
But I mean, even if you built that up and you can, if you did the spinning one, because he had the move where with the lariat, and then he had the move if you do the spin, and then the 2 punches.
Spinning pile driver.
Yeah, he'll kind of just take a couple steps and then grab. I mean, even if you blocked it, it kind of was okay, well, I'm back to doing lariats.
No, at no point should you stop doing lariats if you are playing Street Fighter 4 with Zangief against the computer. If you try and play fairly, especially Seth on the hardest difficulty setting, it's just gonna bullshit you. But it doesn't know how to beat the lariats. And I can even tell you what the bug in the AI is. I don't know if they fixed it in later editions, but there's a move that is called focus attack. And the way it works is that the very first hit you take while you're using your focus attack, you still take the damage, but it's recoverable damage and you don't get knocked down. And then you can do a counter attack that is reasonably damaging. But the thing is, the lariat is 2 separate hits. So the first one hits and they focus attack, then the second one hits, and not only does it take the recoverable damage away, it hits a second time. So your lariat is doing twice as much damage because they mistakenly have coded it so that they will try and focus attack every single time you do a lariat. And yeah, it's not a move that you can focus attack because it hits more than once.
Huh.
And I get why it happened, because under normal circumstances, the lariat will only hit once because the first time it hits, it knocks you down, and like once they're knocked down, you can't hit them anymore.
Yeah.
But it has the ability to hit multiple times. It's just that only one of them is ever going to connect. But they probably coded it as a move that hits once, which is why the computer keeps trying to focus attack through it. But it hits twice. So, yeah, they're just setting themselves up to just get absolutely demolished by the lariat. There was a fighting game called Fighting EX Layer, where I figured out how to abuse the AI in a similar way. Because the way it works is like if you meet certain conditions, you can power up your character to do like different things. And one of them is if you do this big slow attack 3 times, then every time afterwards, it's unblockable. And the computer is not coded to recognize that this move is now unblockable. So it will sit there and try and block because it's thinking, oh, he's using the big slow attack, I'll just block it. But, you've upgraded it and, yeah. Hardest difficulty setting, 0 losses, almost 0 damage. You just keep doing this one shitty attack. It's surprisingly less shitty when they keep trying to block and it's unblockable. But I was so happy with myself when I found that when I found that exploit. I was like, I just noticed that when I used that big slow attack, it just kept connecting. So I said, all right, I'll keep using it, and then it kind of clicked in my head. Oh, I know what's happening. Yeah, I even shared that on the Steam forums because someone was complaining. The AI is too hard, it blocks everything. Well, not if you do this.
Yeah, that's a hell of an exploit.
Yeah, it's actually why I uninstalled the game. It's like, okay, now that I know this, I can either use it and have no fun because like it's fun at first, but it gets boring if like you just do that every single game.
Yeah, there are a few games like that.
Yeah, but if I don't use the exploit, then I'm just going to get annoyed at the fact that I could be winning easily, but I'm deliberately choosing not to, and that'll just like annoy me. And so it's like, no, I can't play this game anymore. I've solved it. It's like, yeah. I've got to get rid of it. So, I gotta say, Street Fighter Alpha is probably my favorite line of Street Fighter games. Street Fighter 2 is like the classic that it all started from, but I think Street Fighter Alpha is where they got the formula like the best.
Yeah.
Where you had the three bars to the super meter, so that you could do level 1, level 2, or level 3 super instead of just like the one they had in Super Turbo where it's 1. You either do a super move or you don't. There's no gradation of power.
Yeah. I know there was one of the alphas where like you got. So I'd always my starter was always Ryu.
Of course. That's who I use. Well, if Akuma is an option, I use Akuma. Otherwise, I use Ryu.
Yeah. But yeah, like you'll get. I think if you do like the training or something like that, you would get a where it'll give you like a little bit of a boost to your fireball if you beat certain people.
Okay. No, I think Street Fighter 4 was good. Like I never used the focus attack stuff, and I certainly didn't use the focus attack dash cancel stuff. That was way too. Like, I always feel bad not using my super meter for super moves. It always feels like a waste if I'm using it for something like an alpha counter or a dash cancel or, you know, whatever, like faultless defense in Guilty Gear. Anything that's not a super move, or at the very least an EX special move, I feel like I'm wasting it.
I have never done an alpha counter.
No, me neither.
I know you can, but yeah, I've never done it.
Like when I play Blaze Blue, like I never do the rapid cancel. The only reason I ever used it was to get the achievement. Like there's an achievement for using it 10 times, and I have used it 10 times.
And have not used it since.
No. It's just, like, I understand what it's for. I understand how it works. I understand all that. It's just, I never feel like it gives me better damage than a super move. Like, why spend 50 meter to continue the combo when you can use that same 50 meter to do a super move, and you don't even have to worry about like the intricate timing of a combo because it, you know, it just does the damage for you. Like, no, I understand the purpose of them. I don't use them that way.
Yeah.
But, I do actually really like EX special moves, like when you can use your super meter to enhance, like your Dragon Punch or your Fireball or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't want the super meter to just be super moves. I do like if you've got a little bit of choice, but I want it to be something I'm going to use. So not an alpha counter, not a rapid cancel, nothing like that. But it should be, you know, and I like it. You know, you can either have 4 enhanced special moves or 1 super move, and you know, it's up to you to work out which is better for you, your character, your playstyle, whatever.
No, yeah, that's hammer meet nail.
Yeah, so Alpha and 4 I do really like. I probably would like 5 if it had any single player content for me to play. And look, maybe they've added it since because I stopped paying attention to it. But on release, there's nothing.
They do have single player, but it's story.
Okay.
It's story mode.
Okay.
There's like 5 people you fight, and that's it.
Yeah. I played that, and that was shit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the rest
like,
is online. Garbage.
They don't have like
no.
Yeah, they don't have like the traditional arcade mode where you fight, you know, 8 characters and a boss. It's just because I wouldn't even mind story mode if they fought properly, but I never even took a hit playing story mode in Street Fighter 5. Like the AI is set to brain dead.
Yeah.
That was not fun, so I didn't like that. But if they had the standard arcade mode and difficulty settings, so you could put it on, you know, can actually fight, but not cheats like a motherfucker, I would happily play 5. I'd probably even pay to buy extra characters for it. As is, if all it's got is story mode, I don't care about that.
Yeah, it's just a couple of just and it's not even like a full fight. You fight maybe 5 different people per.
Yeah. No, I did play story mode. I played all, like, there weren't many characters on release, which is when I played it, and then like on release there was nothing, but then like a month or 2 later they put in story mode, so all right, I'll play it. And then I finished it, got bored, and like, okay, I don't need to ever play this again. But if they've added more since, then I'll check it out. But if all it is story mode, there's no reason for me to play it.
Yeah.
Except, the same reason I would play Blaze Blue again would be if you or someone else wanted to play it. So, like, I've seen Cryptic playing the Street Fighter stuff. So if he was like, dude, want to have a match of Street Fighter? Like, sure. I'm not going to play random people on the internet. And I'm not going to play bullshit story mode, so...
I think we should try and get as many people to get it. Or to get a Street Fighter thing, and then we can just do a bracket.
That'd be good. Yeah, I mean... I think you'd probably have more luck with Street Fighter than Blaze Blue.
Yeah.
I think Blaze Blue is probably too niche, whereas Street Fighter is a lot more mainstream. So you'd have a lot easier time if you say, who wants to do a Street Fighter bracket, than if you said, who wants to do a Blaze Blue one.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, if you did, like, Mortal Kombat, you'd probably get even more, because I think that's even more popular. Like, it's got more... mainstream appeal than I think Street Fighter sells more, but I think like Mortal Kombat has more of a reputation for being just like having fun and mucking around, whereas I think people see Street Fighter as taken a bit more seriously.
Yeah.
Because the fatalities are obviously ridiculous, and like it's not a game that asks to be taken seriously, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, Street Fighter doesn't have movie characters as cameos in it, whereas Mortal Kombat does. Like, you can't play as RoboCop in Street Fighter.
Yeah. It wouldn't make sense. Not that...
That's it.
I mean, not that it makes sense in Mortal Kombat, but they can write it in.
I got into a discussion where I was like, I don't like the guest characters in Mortal Kombat because they feel out of place. And someone was like, yeah, but Freddy Krueger is like a violent killer in his movies, and he's a violent and Mortal Kombat is a violent fighting game. It fits perfectly. It's like, he's a killer, not a fighter. You don't watch Nightmare on Elm Street to watch Freddy Krueger fight the teenagers. He slaughters them and they put up no resistance. He is not a fighter.
Yeah, it's about
He does not belong in a fighting game. He didn't... I never got a response to that. But no, I don't think Freddy Krueger belongs in Mortal Kombat. I could maybe see a case for Jason. Like, even he's like... just slaughters people, but at least he's built for combat. Like, he looks like he could handle himself in a fight.
Yeah.
I don't like him being there, but I could have more of an allowance because he kind of fits the Mortal Kombat aesthetic a bit better than Freddy Krueger does. RoboCop, fuck off. Alien, fuck off. Terminator, hell no. None of these characters belong.
Alien was a bit much. Predator.
Oh no, he shouldn't be in there either.
Yeah.
I could see a case for Predator in that he deliberately sought out strong prey. Like, if he thought you were weak, he would not engage with you. So I could see that in that sense he's a fighter. Like, he wants to be up against someone who will put up a fight. I don't think he fits the aesthetic of the game, like, at all. Kyla says Freddy did throw down with Jason in a movie once. Yeah, but that's not what you think of him as. You don't think of him as the guy that fights Jason. You think of him as the guy who kills people in their sleep.
Yeah.
Where they are literally defenseless. But no, I mean, I did like the movie, Freddy vs. Jason. That was a fun movie, but my go-to image of Freddy Krueger is not a fighter. It's a murderer. I've said I didn't mind Geralt in Soul Calibur because I mean, The Witcher is kind of like a medieval sort of fantasy setting. That's a fairly seamless entry into another medieval fantasy setting. He's even a sword fighter. That was one of the better cameo like guest characters. But I mean, Yoda, Darth Vader. I mean, I know Star Wars is technically set a long time ago,
Well, even
but
like
it's
Link
futuristic.
even having Link in it was kind of weird.
Link is kind of on the borderline for me because he is a sword fighter. He is from a vaguely fantasy setting. He's not nearly as good a fit as Geralt, but if you had to have a guest character, I could allow Link, but he's very, very borderline. I don't think Heihachi should have been one. He hasn't got a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm against guest characters in general, unless they're like from other fighting games. Like if Terry Bogard is a guest character in Fighting EX Leia, it's silly but fine. Whereas the Terminator, really, unless it's a Terminator themed fighting game, no, it doesn't work. But I'm a bit of a purist. Like I don't think Cloud and Sephiroth should be in Smash Brothers. I think it should be a Nintendo game with Nintendo characters.
Yeah.
And look, I love Final Fantasy VII, but don't put those guys in it.
Yeah. Well, what's funny now is they have Terry Bogard in there as well.
Oh, I think someone mentioned that to me a while ago. Yeah. But at least he's a fighting game character. Like, I think it's stupid that Ken and Ryu are in Smash Brothers, but at least they're fighting game characters, so they sort of fit. But no, I don't think Snake ever should have been a character. Pac-Man, Sonic, none of these should have been in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, no.
And yes, I agree with Kylo that all the guest characters seem like shameless cash grabs in the days of DLC. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if you didn't have to pay for them, they are cash grabs in that, like, Star Wars or whoever owns Star Wars paid a fortune for Darth Vader and Yoda to be in Soul Calibur. They were explicitly there to advertise the movie, whichever Star Wars movie was coming out at the time. So, like, they're shameless cash grabs, even if they're giving the characters out for free. Like, I didn't have to pay for Yoda to when I played Soul Calibur on my Xbox. But even he was out of place and he didn't belong. He shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's I'm big on keeping the aesthetic consistent. So like that if you're going to have guest characters, they need to make sense. They can't just be, hey, here's a character. Like I wouldn't want Bart Simpson to be a character in like Street Fighter. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious though.
I mean, at first, but it'd be stupid.
Oh,
like,
it would be totally ridiculous.
Like one of the Injustice games had the Ninja Turtles as characters.
Yeah.
Like there was one character called the Ninja Turtles, or you could change which color the headband was, and it would change the name of the character.
Yeah.
But they don't belong in Injustice. What have the Ninja Turtles got to do with any of the characters in that series?
It's probably because they did the whole crossover with Batman before.
No, I didn't like the Ninja Turtles being there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit much. It was a stretch.
I mean, I haven't played Killer Instinct, like the new Killer Instinct.
I haven't either.
But apparently, the what are they called? Battletoads. One of the Battletoads is a character in it. Like, why? I mean, I get that they're made by the same company, but they still shouldn't be in Killer Instinct.
Well, yeah, that definitely doesn't make sense.
No. I forget which Battletoad it is. It's like, you know, Rash, Zitz, or Pimple. One of them. I don't even know which one is which, to be honest. But no, you can play as a Battletoad, and it's like, no! That is stupid. Don't do that. I mean, I liked Killer Instinct when it was on like the is it Nintendo 64? Back in the day. I mean, I liked Killer Instinct back then. I'm sure I'll like the new version. I just won't use the Battletoad.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's obviously enough people that like them that they keep doing it. So I may be in a minority. But, I mean, as long as it's easy to avoid, like, I think it was a mistake for Soul Calibur to write Geralt into the story mode. Like, no. If you're gonna have a guest character, have them be in like arcade mode and versus mode only. Don't write them into the story. That's silly.
I actually have that ROM right here on my computer. Killer Instinct.
Which one? Oh, Killer Instinct. Kyle played the old school Killer Instinct on SNES and in the arcade. Okay, so it was on the Super Nintendo. Because I know Killer Instinct Gold was on 64.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if the original was 2 or if that was Super Nintendo. But yeah, I played all of them. I liked Play Fighter when it made fun of Killer Instinct, because the combos in Clay Fighter had the same, like, well, different stupid names for each combo size.
Yeah.
It was like an itty bitty combo if it was only 3 hits. No, I liked Killer Instinct, the old school one, the like Block of Ice Glacius and the skeleton Spinal, and I didn't like Maya, like the chick wearing like a fur bikini. I didn't like her much. TJ Combo, I think I just called him Balrog.
Yeah.
It's just Balrog, with a different name. Jago and Fulgor were kind of like your basic Shoto types.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was Ryu and.
Yeah, basically. Kind of liked the Ice Guy. Ice Guy was Glacius. I remember that. There was like a werewolf type thing. His name, yes, Saberwolf. I'm trying. I mean, there was Orchid. It was just like a girl who was just there.
Yeah.
She's just like unremarkable except for being a girl. That was like, look! We put a girl in the game. That was it.
Boots apparently scared guys to death.
Yes, her fatality was taking the top off, which made no sense, but whatever. I don't remember. I think I just played Jago because he was like the closest to Ryu, which is like my standard. Because back then Akuma didn't exist, so yeah. If Akuma is a playable character, I'll go him. Otherwise, I go Ryu. And yeah, Jago was like the Ryu of Killer Instinct, so that's who I usually played as.
I know that when we were in high school, a friend of mine friend of mine and I had played Killer Instinct all night just to find out, because there were ultimate combos. And
Yeah.
I'm like, we're gonna find this out. So we spent an entire night just jacked up on Mountain Dew and candy. We were strung out by the end of the night, but I had finally figured it out. I'm like, this is a pain in the ass. It's almost not even worth it.
Yeah, no, I remember the ultra combos were like finishing moves that were like brutalities in Mortal Kombat, where there was like massive like 30-hit combos.
Yeah, Jago's was the first one I found.
And
I'm like, well,
no, Killer Instinct was fun.
It's like, well, you just became.
I hated
my
Idol.
one.
I hated the boss Idol.
Yeah.
He was annoying. Not that he was like badly designed. He was just like a pain in the ass to fight.
Yeah. Although he was kind of fun if you shot a fireball, and like if you're playing against the other, like if the other guy's idle, and if you shot a fireball, and then they would bounce it back, and then you would bounce it back to that guy.
Yeah.
And then it just turns into a game of tennis.
Tennis. Yeah. I do own Killer Instinct, like the new one on Steam, but I've never actually played it. It's on my very long list of games that I'll get to eventually. I will. I'll get to it. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. It probably won't be soon or for the rest of my life. But I will play it. They've added a whole bunch of new characters to the modern one. Like all the classics are there because why wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
But they have a ton of new stuff as well. So I would like to check it out at some point. It's just, there's so many games that I want to get to and finite amount of time. So stuff gets pushed to the side all the time.
As one does.
I do like Steam's had it for a while. It like recommends games like that you haven't played yet, like games that you own but haven't played yet.
Yeah.
Like this is the best thing Steam has ever added. Like if it hadn't added this, I probably would have switched to GOG, because GOG lets you consolidate every single PC gaming platform and just play everything from GOG. But it doesn't do this, and this is something that I very much enjoy. The play next thing is excellent. So if anyone from GOG is watching this stream, add that to GOG Galaxy, and I will never use Steam again. That is the big thing stopping me from making the switch. I'm sure the entire staff of GOG constantly watches these streams, so I'm pretty sure my message got through to them.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time now.
Yeah. If I open GOG and it says like update is pending, I'm like, okay, they heard me.
Holy shit. They did hear me.
But I like any recommendations from an algorithm. Like I used to love Pandora because it used to do that. It's like based on what it thinks you'll like, it makes recommendations, and like that's how it chooses what song to play next. I love that stuff because I like seeing how accurate it is.
Yeah. It was funny because when I go to my friend's house and she had Pandora, and she had a profile and everything, and they have that thumbprint radio, which is pretty much just based on the things you like.
Yeah.
And so, I can't remember what two songs played back to back, but they had nothing to do with each other. Like she didn't even like any of the. Like she didn't like the first song, and she certainly didn't like the next one. And I'm like, then why are they calling this your thumbnail selection? Like.
But YouTube Music does the same thing. If you you go to like your playlist, it's recommendations based on stuff that you've already said that you like, and then mixed in with the stuff that you've already said you like is new songs that it thinks you'll like. But I like those sort of algorithmic recommendations, because I sort of when I have as many games as I do, like something to say, okay, play this next is like really, really helpful. Because I used to go, I used to be like, okay, I'll go down alphabetically. That if you look at what games I've played, anything starting with A or B, I've probably played. And then like the further down the alphabet, you're like, no, I gave up on that. But yeah, if you anything starting with a number or A or even sort of into the B's, I played every damn game on my Steam library that started with them.
Yeah, I was listening to Irate Prostate stream earlier.
Oh yeah.
And Bonsaka was on there, and he's like, people just need to have their Twitters taken, or not Twitters, TikToks taken away. And I'm like, yeah, I can get behind that.
I haven't watched Irate Prostate in a while, but I definitely want to watch Shio's interview, which I think is coming up in a couple of days.
Yeah, it makes me happy that he's using the Professor X profile pic for it.
Oh, right. But, no, I think Shio will be an interesting interview. I think Kevadan is going to be interviewed sometime in June, so that might be cool. Yeah, I see like the name of the person being interviewed, and it's like, I don't know who that is. I'm not going to watch. But if it's Shio, I'm definitely going to watch that.
Yeah.
The only problem is the timing. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning for me, so I'll be like just getting up when he starts. So I have slowly been pushing forward, like what time I wake up. Like, it used to just be 5:30 no matter what. I've got it forward to 6:30. And today I even woke up at 6:45. But yeah, there's no reason for me to be up at 5:30. Like, I'm not going anywhere. It's not like I've got to go to work. Which is why I got into the habit of 5:30 in the first place. But yeah, I used to get up way too early. And just like, oh, I'm up now. I might as well, turn the computer on. I've definitely watched a lot more Street Fighter V than I have played it, because like that's kind of like the game everyone streams. So if you like fighting games, all the people who stream fighting games are playing Street Fighter V. I don't know. I just remembered I had a dream about one of the Street Fighter players that I watched, the dream had me having recently been broken up with someone, and someone sort of like comforting me or consoling me, and then Punk to God, which is like his YouTube name, is like, I bought 2 rotten hams instead of just one, and like then this other guy like yelling at him, and like I don't know what it means, I don't know the significance of a rotten ham, but I just thought it was like one of the few dreams I actually remembered. It was like I bought like, and Punk to God was just like cracking up laughing because he bought 2 rotten hams. Like it was the funniest thing he'd ever done. So if you can interpret that dream, I'm interested to know your thoughts.
That is beyond me, man.
I think it's a good thing that I don't remember most of my dreams. If that's what happens in them.
I barely know what's going on in my dreams, so
yeah, no, like 99.999% of the time, if I remember anything, it's the emotion of the dream rather than like, the content of it. Like, I'll wake up and think, that was an awesome dream. I have no idea what happened in it. Or, that was a depressing dream. No idea what happened in it. I remember the emotion of the dream, but not the content. So, I would like to remember more of my dreams. I think it'd be interesting to see the bizarre things my brain cooks up while I'm asleep, but I don't know how to make that happen.
well, I'm hopefully not totally fucked here. Oh shit, I completely... Ah, I did it again. Dead.
Those damn bombs keep spawning.
Oh shit.
What'd you do?
I got hit while trying to keep this girl alive.
Oh, she died before you could heal. Right.
Yeah. Alright, since you're gonna be doing that, let's just,
One thing I like about more modern RPGs, you can usually see the turn order, so you know if you're going to be able to heal in time, rather than hitting the heal button and then just dying and like wasting it and healing the wrong person.
and everyone's healed. Yay.
You don't seem to be doing much damage to that thing at the back. You seem to be
Yeah.
doing 0 damage quite a lot.
getting there. And then he did that. That just made it worse.
No, there you go. That was damage.
Someone's got to know it.
What's that?
Reflect. I don't think any of my people know it. And they don't.
Oh. Well, at least you're doing damage now.
Yeah. We're kind of at a crossroads where...
Is it just that if bombs are alive, then you can't damage the thing at the back?
I think that's certain damage that they can take.
Is it just Lock that can hit it? Because it seems like Lock can do like 500 damage and...
Seems like Lock is the only one who can do it. I'll use the cheap technique. Oh, well, let me do it. Okay. Let's see how it is.
That was the, if it's vanished, it auto-dies to death spells or something like that.
Hmm? Ah, sweet.
I'm not surprised you can't do it on a boss. Like,
Now it is time. Oh, that's the wrong one. Damn it. I want it. So totally do this one. Oh, sure now. Alright. That took the better part of forever.
there it goes. At least you leveled up.
I'll use a smoke bomb, which has absolutely no abilities in normal land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It should just make things smoky. It shouldn't teleport you anywhere.
Yeah. Exposition.
Well, yeah, you need that in an RPG.
How is it? It is 1:30 almost.
It's I don't know how every American friend I have stays up so late. Like, I would never be awake. Well, I might be awake, but I wouldn't be online at 1:30 in the morning. I'd be in bed trying to sleep if I wasn't already.
It's the weekend for me, so I try to stay up when I can, but
I don't know. I don't like staying up because I get tired. Like, my body is used to going to bed at a certain time, so it gets to 11 o'clock and it's like, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Like, I probably could stay up if I really wanted to. It's just I rarely have a reason. Like when I was playing Wasteland, there were a couple of nights where I stayed up until 12:30, 1 o'clock, because I just got so absorbed in what I was doing that I lost track of time. But for the most part, once I see that it's past 11 o'clock, like, I should go to bed. I just wanted my dog back.
Well, I think it's kind of cool how, like, I don't know if he knows, but I think that's his daughter.
Oh, okay.
You find out through flashbacks when he sleeps. If you go to, like, especially with this inn, you get certain flashbacks when you sleep in an inn with Shadow.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it because
Fair enough.
I am starting to fade a little bit. So
I don't blame you. I would be tired at 1:30 in the morning too.
Who does that? All right. Yeah. Thanks, Terry, for joining me here.
No worries.
And thanks everyone in the chat for showing up. And we'll see you later.
Bye, everyone.